Hi everyone, welcome back. This is a video I wanted to make just, I guess, as an addition to the last video I made, which was talking about clothing wetness. And I guess also, since I posted that a couple hours ago, I've been working on a feature for dyeing clothes. So I've been messing around with different dyes, and which is why I've got this kind of weird color going on here. Unlike vanilla dyeing in Minecraft, where you kind of just are limited by the dyes you have available to you, here there are, I think, just going to be 5 basic dyes: red, green, yellow, white, and black. And it's going to be multiplicative. So if you take a piece of clothing that's been dyed and you dye it in another one, it's going to like multiply the colors together. So let's see what we got here. Wow, this one's really red. Why did that happen? Yeah, well, you know, still, it's really red because I only put that in once. So it's not like, do you know what? Actually, I think, yeah, because I left it in there a really long time. It's only 2 hours to dye it. Yeah, and that used up all of it. I think that's exactly what just happened. Is I put it in there for I guess 8 hours, so that counts as like being, or even longer than that, like a full. It just went all the way. I was wondering if it was going to do that based on the barrel coating, but it looks like it has. So if you leave it in there long enough, it will just dye all the way. So that is an example of what like something that's been dyed for a very long time looks like. Let's just put some more stuff in here. And the way you actually, this is a good opportunity to show how we make dye. I'm actually going to start by making some tannin, because the tannin is, I guess, like the mordant or whatever that you have to use to lock the pigment into the clothes. So this is our yellow dye. Looks kind of gross. It's because yellow dye, it's hard to make bright dyes. That's very blue. Whatever. But let's just take this orangey kind of shirt, which has been like, I put it in the red, and then I put it in some white, and then I put it back in the red, so it's kind of got like faded pale. If I put it in the white long enough, it would eventually just go completely white again. So if we leave it in there for a couple hours, we should come back and it should be, I don't know, kind of purplish or something. I think, yeah, let's just make the coat kind of yellowy. Looks kind of green actually. And we'll have to see how that looks. It's not going to actually dye it this color. It's going to be a little yellower than that. So we'll just, yeah, this is going to take, I guess, a full 8 hours. In the meantime, we'll have to keep checking on this every so often. We can talk about how wet clothing works. You can see some of this clothing has actually lost a bit of durability because I've been wearing it. And that's to do with, like, as long as you made it previously, if you wear it and you haven't worn it yet that day, it'll take some durability damage. So let's just get in the water. Oh, see, our clothes got darker because they're all wet now. And we can see that it's soaked. So when it's soaked, you can see cold resistance has a plus on it. And it's blue. And that means that that value is taken away. We don't have that cold resistance anymore because our clothing is too wet. It also treats your whole temperature as if it's a lot lower than it actually is. So, you know, it's kind of like, it's almost as if I was actually in the water. So when this soaked value goes down to 1500, between 500 and 1500, it'll become damp. And then instead of losing all of its resistances, it'll lose just the first level of it, which for, shirts and, oh, this one's done. So yeah, our coat is done here. For the shirt, that's all of it. But for this coat here, if it was damp, it would be only lose one of the heat resistance penalties and one of the cold resistance penalties. So if it was damp, it would still work. And when it's raining, it will become damp over time. Oh, this one, wow, this one went a long way. Yeah, that went 5 levels all at once. That seems a little weird. We'll have to take a look at how that's working, because it didn't really update right away. It just went straight to dark blue. So we'll have to see how that goes, because you see, like, this used 9,000, this only used 250. So yeah, that went like 4 times. And so it got very, very dark. Let's see if we can... I wonder if it just hadn't updated properly. If we just sit here, like, what time is it? It's 18. So when this becomes like 20-ish, we can, like, maybe 21. At 21, it should be fine. Getting a little hungry, thirsty, something like that. Still 18, yeah, it's 50 seconds per thing. It still says fresh water. Still 18. Just gonna have to wait a while. I guess I can talk about how, yeah, so it's hematite for red dye currently, blue for lapis, yellow is limonite, black is ink, and white is ash. Ash is a new thing you can get from a fire pit. You get at least 1 ash when you break a fire pit. You can get up to 5 if you have burnt 5 logs at some point during the lifetime of the fire pit. And so yeah, you just mix the ash in with the tannin, and that gives you some white dye. So let's see, it's 19 currently. Still says 9,000. I'm guessing, like, I'm hoping right at the 2-hour mark it'll update to 8,750 millibuckets. It just did. Okay, so yeah, now we can see this one didn't let it go as long, and it is a lighter colored blue. Whereas if we'd let it go all the way, it would go dark like this one is. So you can see kind of the difference there. But I still would like to demonstrate a bit of mixing of colors. So let's just put this in here. We can check, it's 20, so around, when this goes to 9,500, we can look in there, and hopefully we'll haven't left it in there too long. Again, you know, this is still kind of the testing process. So if it does seem to automatically suck out a bunch of color, we'll know something is a little wonky with that. But yeah, because the output item and the input item is essentially the same, it's not gonna, like, just wait. It will just keep dying as much as it possibly can. I guess, like, kind of forever if it could. And then, you know, that wouldn't be so great. If you left it in there long enough, I guess it would eventually kind of turn black. It would take a really, really long time, because the input for like the red is only like, it's like 254 out of 255. So I don't know, like in terms of percentage, that would take a very, 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 very long time before that ever, you know, what's 254, 255ths? All right, it's done. So this is our kind of greenish shirt. Obviously it does get quite a bit darker every time you do this, so it's not going to look terribly good. You'll have to dye it a few times and see what you can get. In fact, let's throw that back in here for a little bit and see what we get. I think I'll oh, maybe I'll cut this out unless I can think of something to talk about. Is our clothing from before still soaking wet? I guess not. So it will. So we can take a look at that, I guess. Oh, we've got it soaking wet. Put it in our inventory. It's gonna slowly dry out, not nearly as fast as if we were wearing it. If it's below freezing, it won't actually dry out at all, unless it's in your inventory. So that is interesting. And if we had a fire pit, which maybe we'll just make quickly, and we can, hey, there they are. We can just show that if we put it in the fire, it really, really dries out quickly. And so that's something you can do if you want to speed up the process a little bit. So in fact, we can actually get this down to like damp. There. So it says damp now, so it's still going to have that cold resistance penalty because it's not a coat. Oh, alright, so that's finished, and now we have a kind of an olivey green shirt. Maybe if we put that back in the blue for a little bit, maybe it'll look a little more green. You know, 2 levels of each might help it out a bit. Oop. And yep, there's our tannin done. So we'll just throw in some of that hematite powder. Yep, so that's damp and it's slowly going down. We can, oh, no, don't do that. We can put the coat on, get that soaking wet. And it does look darker now that it's wet. And we can, so when that says 8,500, we'll know it's done. We can demonstrate that what damp clothing looks like for something that actually would have a difference. You can see, yeah, so it's all blue on its stats there. But when it drops into damp, yeah, we'll be able to see that, yeah. So it's only blue on the last one of each kind. Just give it a little more time. Oh, yeah, you don't go out. Oh, it did it. Oh, did it do it a little too much? It looks like it's gone 2 levels, which is kind of annoying. Oh, you know what? That might be actually, it may not be, it may just be doing it as fast as it possibly can. Once it's reached the thing, it just kind of, yeah, so that's a bug I gotta fix. We can take a look at how green our shirt is though. Yep, that's pretty green. It's quite dark though, because we left it in for an extra blue tick. So I think that is all I wanted to show you guys. I guess I could just break this thing quickly. It's gonna drop this. They don't have a texture for this yet, but it's ash, and that would be how we would make more of our white dye. So we dyed it a little white. Now it's a little lighter than it was before. You'd have to do it. You'd have to dye it like a lot before it would really, get going. Yeah, I think it'll be pretty easy to fix that thing where it seems to want to just suck up as much dye as it possibly can in that 2-hour period. And I think the answer was going to be just to reset the seal time. Yep. So yeah, that's still not done yet. I hope you guys thought this was interesting. Leave a like if you did. If you have any questions, leave them in the comment section below, and I'll see you next time.